not the blind, we're not the lost. Walked on straight from my bed, we'll never look back. We're not the blind, we are the ones that face the mistakes that we make. We won't turn away. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. Separate, but it seems the time has come that you run my life with no hope to fight and no time to hide. And I'm sinking under, drowning faster. Please just let me breathe. The air is leaving and I'm lost in need of you again. You break me down and you make me surrender. We are as Romeo and Juliet. To a code we all swore, for this life we have chosen. Armed soldiers to a common war we fight, to this passion of love we may fail and die. I'm slipping further, we're falling faster, you're growing stronger. Let's not grow weaker than I know. You break me down and you make me surrender. We are as Romeo and Juliet. Behind said Isaac said goodbyes. Will we fall back again? And die as Romeo and Juliet.
Marcy Bailey from Bailey's Fine Jewelry here.
Once again, new series for us here, the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's Rocky Game 150 brought to you by Jinx Shifters. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason from your Signature Esports World.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome to our sixth race of the season here at a place we like to call Hot Atlanta. I am joined in the booth tonight by someone returning to the league, Jesse Holmes. What's going on, Jesse?
Hey Isaac, thanks for having me, bud.
No problem, man.
Happy to
Appreciate
be here.
Yep, happy you're back, man. Getting a little chaotic up here in the booth by myself, man. Let's talk about Atlanta here, dude. One of the biggest things here in Atlanta, I don't care what you're racing in, is these tires wear out at a crazy pace. When they race in Atlanta, when we race Monday night, you had to pit for tires. You had to pit for fuel here.
Yeah, it's that strategy is extremely important, especially when you talk about the tire wear and the tire fall off here. The tire fall off is so fast. So I'm interested to see how these guys handle their tire strategy. Not so much as fuel.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Interesting note is was told by a little birdie from Parrot had accidentally set the fuel limit to 100%. So these guys will have plenty of fuel for the race, but I don't think they have plenty of tires. If we take a quick look at the race info, right now the track temp is 108 degrees. A little bit cooler than it was Monday night, but I don't matter here in Atlanta. It is a very loose racetrack. We're going to see a lot of people getting loose and possibly some self spins here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of slide jobs. A lot of awesome slide jobs. Who was that the other week that had the save that should be on iRacing Top 10?
That's someone I like to call Rob the Highlight Reel Nickel. He's had a couple highlights this season, one good and one not so good. So it should be interesting. Unfortunately, tonight we do not have Skylar Carnes racing here, and he's been the really guy to beat the last 5 weeks or so. But he does have some teammates here going to try to keep that second place or better finish streak going for their team. I think it's Rocket Skylord Racing, or so, I can't remember their name. Their name's so weird. But let's talk about points and playoffs, man. We're cracking down to playoffs, and if you weren't tracking, this is one of the first years I can remember we actually have a playoff schedule. We're down to 3 races left in the season, so this is a time when you're really going to start cranking down on points.
Yeah, this is what you would call crunch time, Isaac. This is the time where guys really start gripping the wheel a little bit tighter, knuckles are a little wider, and I think this is what separates the men from the boys.
That's correct, and of course here in Mdot we have the win and you're in program. You have to race a certain amount of races. So people who are guaranteed a spot in the playoff to have raced the required amount of races for the win and you're in are Dusty Applin, our current points leader, Skylar Carnes, who has 3 wins, and I believe possibly Johnny Brugg. I might be wrong on that though. So everyone else is trying to get points, and I tell you what, from the winning you're in aspect, that win is very crucial because kind of takes the pressure off your shoulders trying to get points. I know that from experience. But we're winding down here in practice, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. It should be interesting when this race starts, the different strategies people run. Because, like we said earlier, Jesse, this is not a track you can run all out for 10 laps.
No.
You feel the effects of your tires wearing out by like lap 5. So it's very interesting.
I'm gonna level with you. It's a hard track. It's a really tough track to race at. It's a tough track to master.
That it is, and one of the things I was experiencing Monday driving this track, and they might experience here tonight, is when your tires really start getting worn, especially on that backstretch, it's kind of hard to get on the gas down that backstretch because your car just wants to kick loose on you. So we might see some people spinning out middle of the backstretch just because their car's so loose and they can't control it. But we're about to start qualifying here, and let's see where everyone starts off this week.
Yes, this will be. I'm excited, right? I'm at the edge of my seat right now. I'm excited. This is gonna be a good one. Hot Atlanta, everybody.
Hot Atlanta, that's what we like calling it here in the racing community because it don't matter when they race here. It is hot. We got some people getting ready to go out on track, and let's go ahead and ride along with the young buck of the group, Mr. Ryan Simone here, having a pretty good season, sitting top 10 in the points. Big improvement from last season, and he's starting to get the hang of iRacing slowly but surely. He's new to iRacing, but he's putting together some pretty consistent finishes here in the Arca series.
And you said Simone was how old?
I want to see he's around Gavin's age, and I know Gavin's 10.
Man,
He's Mike Simone's little kid. And speaking of Gavin, we actually got his dad racing here tonight. He's gonna show up as Gavin Marlin in your scoreboard, but that's actually Jarrett Marlin racing here tonight. He has some free time. He's like, I want to go hang out with the newbies in Mdot. And I say newbies, I think all of our experienced drivers are out of this series right now. I think the only seasoned veteran we have here in Mdot racing tonight is Bob Gallagher. I think everyone else is fairly new to the league.
yes. Bob Gallagher is definitely no stranger to the Arca series in Midwest Days of Thunder. This guy knows how to make his way around any racetrack. He's always up front, contending. So the 44 definitely one to look for.
All right, man. I know we threw Bob Gallagher out there, and I don't know how much been keeping up with the broadcast here, but what's someone to really keep your eye? What you're thinking, keep an eye on here tonight? That I would say could be an upset here tonight at a track like this.
I'm gonna have to go with little Simone. I'm gonna have to because I'm pulling for him. The little tyke is out here, and he's gonna put it on the old boys. He's gonna show these old farts what's up.
I think someone to keep an eye out on. That has had pretty good finishes, but hasn't been able to really crack the top 3 quite yet this season, I believe, is the number 97 of Brandon Robinson. He's had some really great racing, but as these guys are qualifying right now, the 23 of Josh Grosov actually sitting on the pole to 31.6. He's someone's name that we haven't called out in the top 5 too much this season, so it should be interesting to see if this track plays more in his wheelhouse than the other tracks we've been to this season. But while it's qualifying to get done, Jesse, I want to talk to you about next week Nashville Fairgrounds.
Oh man, now that's gonna be a barn burner, what we call it in the short track world. Um, that's sorry. That's gonna be a barn burner, what we call it in the short track world, is where lots of beating, banging gonna be happening, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I am too. Just from driving it when the trucks were there and officials, that track is very interesting. The corner exit on 2 and 4 is something I have never really experienced before. I'm excited for the Super Speedway in Nashville, but that fairgrounds track, I'm really excited for.
Uh, hang on. I'm not sure yet.
That's no bueno. No. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and qualifying's pretty much over. I see the number 2, Blake Bingham, still out on track. I don't know if he's putting in a time or if he's getting some practice laps done. As he did put in time, he moved from about 14th to 9th on the standings. So that will set our starting grid as we take.
Fun fact about Blank Bingham: he is actually uh, part of the very first season of Arca and Midwest Days of Thunder.
Oh, so he's another veteran, huh? I never knew that.
He was my teammate, actually. Yes, he was my very first teammate I ever had, and he just got back on racing. So I'm excited to see what Blake can do
Uh,
because I know what he could do, a couple years ago when we were racing together, but that was, you know, that seems like an eternity ago. So I'm excited to see what my old teammate can do. Number 2, Blake Bingham.
As we go over our starting grid here, Bobby Plastic ended up getting the pole with a 31.53. Outside of him in the first row will be Kyle Martin. I believe this is the second race. He was actually pretty fast last race as well. Starting off in row 2, you got Josh Grosso and James Ray. Row 3, you got Mr. Bob Gallagher and Eric Warman. Row 4, you got Brandon Robinson and Tammy Thompson. Row 5, Blake Bingham, Dusty Applin. Row 6, Cody Coburn and Grandpa Bill. I'll tell you that later. And then row 7, you got Grandpa Giverson and Chase Harden. Row 8, you got Michael Gerby and Rob the Highlight Reel Nickel. Row 9, you got Ryan Simone and Tom Girth. Row 10, Tristan Sugg and Thomas Stanley. Row 11, Kobe Sutphin and Jarrett Marlin. And Jesse is, of course, not racing tonight. He's joined as a driver, I guess. But no, so funny story. So Bill and Giberson, they're known as the Grandpa Crew, Grumpy Gramps, and they actually got the approval from Tabor to have that in their name. So that's just kind of what they run with here. But man, so one of the things we've had, I would say, problems here in Arca is we've had a decent amount of cautions, man. What's the magic number you shooting for here tonight in Atlanta?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 3 cautions.
Oh, you're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna go with 5. Um,
5.
5. It's a 65 lap race. These guys have shown they can put great green flag runs together, but they have a tendency of cautions bringing cautions. So I think if they might have 1 or 2 early on, get a long green flag run in, and then they'll have quite a few at the end of the race if they stick to what's been going on this season. But let's see if this I can't really say it's a wider track because you're really stuck to the high line here at Atlanta. That low line is not really there. So we'll see if this track here at Atlanta with more of a racing groove, if they can keep the cautions under check tonight.
Yeah, you might be right there with what you said about cautions breed cautions. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say 2 early on, and 1 there at the end when it starts to get dicey. But I think these guys are gonna hold it together.
We'll find out here as we get around turn 3 and 4. Pace car should be pulling off here. And this is a little bit of a longer stretch to a green flag. As the green comes out and Bobby gets a decent start, but Kyle Martin gets a great push from James Ray there. He's going to duck to the inside. Side by side they go into turn 1. Everyone's keeping it clean going through turn 1 as James Ray might be trying to make it 3 wide, I thought. Oh, as Kyle Martin gets into the wall coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, he got into the wall, but that's just a little stripe. He's good and keep on digging.
Well, I call that the Atlanta stripe.
That's just a little Hotlanta stripe.
You haven't raced a lane until you got a stripe here. But keeping it clean so far as we're able to complete the first lap. Everyone's kind of single-filed it out for the most part. Not really seeing any too wide racing as we got a group of about 6 cars here grouped up within half a tenth or half a second.
Bobby Pastelik making that high to low line work for him from 1 and 2 high, 3 and 4 low. And doesn't seem to be very much worried about what's in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, as you got Dusty Applin trying to make his way around the 113 of Eric Warman. I think that's how you say his last name. As I'm kind of surprised these guys are running the low line here. In my experience, it tends to eat your tires up more than that high line does. It's kind of shocking. Everyone's running a mid to low line here.
Like I said, Isaac, I think this is going to be a game of rubber. It's just going to come down to the tire management and the tire fall off because the tire fall off here is real and it is fast.
Yeah, I got to give some guys props on this simulation because it's not a game. About how they're able to save tires is that number 8 of Dusty Applin is going to put it 3 wide as he gets into the back of the Josh Grosso. Able to save it as he gets into Bob Gallagher.
Bob Gallagher just went around. Bob Gallagher evolved. Let's see who else.
Go back and take a look on what exactly happened there between the 8 and the 23. It looked like it was some 3 wide racing coming out of turn 2, possibly. Indeed, it was 3 wide and just ran out of track space there. The 23 tried collecting it. I think he just went up and
almost saved it too.
He did. I
collected Bob Gallagher.
I think had Bob Gallagher not been there, that might have stayed green, but just barely got in the back of Bob Gallagher. Well, that's gonna be a interesting conversation on track right now.
Yep.
But I don't see anyone not coming for tires. Like I said earlier, tire fall off is pretty big here. And if you don't pick here and it ends up being a long green flag run, you're going to be hurting bad.
When I go back and watch it, it doesn't look like the 8 came up. It just looks like everybody just kind of ran out of room. You know, you're going 3 wide on that turn. That's going to happen.
So Rob Nickel and the 91 of Tom Gurr stayed out. Interesting strategy there. As let's see who wins this race off of pit road. Be interesting. Anyone takes 2 tires here. I mean, that might be a decent strategy. I think 2 would be a good call here.
Yeah, definitely.
But everyone took 4. As the 29 beats the 00 James Ray out, and I'm not seeing any big movers on pit road. So I'm almost positive everyone took 4 tires there.
Yeah, everyone taking 4 tires and probably topping off that gas tank.
They don't need top off. They have 100% fuel. Thanks, Compare. Alright, man, that was a decent green flag run to start the race. Only 5 laps, but I think these Arca guys are starting to show that, hey, we can race without 20 cautions in a race. So let's see if they can keep it clean. You're gonna have some guys on older tires. I think the 6 and 91, they'll have a little bit of advantage having to heat those tires for about the first 2 laps, but you'll see them fall quick after that.
Yeah, the 6 and the 91, I think on green you're going to see the advantage, but come 10 to 12 laps after that, yeah, you're right, Isaac.
Go ahead and see if anyone's commenting on YouTube. As Richard G says, "Good luck tonight, guys." There's your one. Richard Graves always the jokes.
I got my one early one.
Keep the trolling to a minimum on YouTube, guys.
We are 7 laps in out of 65 laps here at Hotlanta, Georgia Motor Speedway.
We got 22 viewers tonight, man. I tell you what, dude, it's cool having all these guys watching these streams tonight.
Gotta love it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
So I'm gonna say that minus the 6 and the 91 since they stayed out, and I can almost guarantee there's gonna be fall off within a few laps, and they're gonna lose a lot of positions. But your biggest mover actually is the 11 of Tristan Suggs. Oh, and the 95 of Kobe Sutton. They're all both up 10 spots, and for those of you who don't know, that is actually a point in Mdot at the end of the race if you gain the most positions. Oh, that is correct. Jarrett is racing tonight on his birthday, so be pretty interesting to see if we see that number 7 in Victory Lane and get a good old victory burnout.
Yeah.
Victory birthday burnout.
Happy birthday, Jarrett.
Yeah, Martha. Good luck, Dad. Also, if you guys are in the area of Millbridge, North Carolina, October 26th, Gavin actually has a pretty big race going on there. I believe it starts at 5 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong on YouTube there, Gavin. But if y'all get the chance to come out and watch Gavin, hopefully win a race for once. Cough, cough.
Something interesting to note here, Dusty Applin will be starting right next to Josh Grosso.
Oh, that is going to be interesting.
So let's see how that plays out if they play nice here, or might get some pushing and shoving. As the pace car ready to pull off.
Green flag, green
The
flag.
green flag is out. Ooh, with the 91 to get to quite to start to 00 Saudi would, and he had to check up
around.
hard.
91 ran around.
Oh, the
He's in the
91 is
drag.
he's in the wall now. It's a 00.
And we got guys, we got a wreck in turn 1.
Wreck in turn 1. No caution is out, though. What in the world? There it is. There it is. So the 00 and the 91 got into it on the restart. I'm not on the right car here. Let's go to the 00 of James Ray and the 91. Something happened there.
That was...
We slow it down.
91.
Oh, it was 3 wide going into turn 1. I think the 91 might have bounced off the wall, trying to turn away from the roll, collected the 00, and it was just mayhem after that. As you see Kobe making it through clean. The 113 drills the 00 on the back end. Oh, Kobe Sutphin barely made it through that. We'll have to go watch his chase camera here in a bit. It was just mayhem. Brandon Robinson involved. We'll have to go back and watch his rear view cam of the number 95 of Kobe Sutphin here.
Well, Isaac, I got my 2 early ones out of the way.
Ooh! Jesse, if you get a chance, you got to check out this close contact between the 00 and 95 here. He got a little bit of contact there. Nothing
That
big,
was
but that
close.
could have been a lot worse for Kobe.
Definitely could have been a lot worse. Kobe getting out of there. Nice and clean.
We got some guys coming down pit road. See the 113, the 91. He's heading down pit road. I can't quite tell who's behind the 113. At the 85 also comes to pit road. He's involved in that caution. So there's 2, man. You got 1 to go, and
Yep, 1 to go, and then it's all on you. I think they're going to keep it green after this. As the number 6 of Rob Nickel out there, still holding on those. He's still on those.
he's still on the set of tires he had to start the
original
race.
Tires.
Yep. Man, I'll tell you what, though. I don't know if iRacing's ever tried it, but I know it's like this in NASCAR. How how you start the race with a different set of tires you qualified on. What if iRacing snuck that in there as like a sneaky update, and you didn't realize that you start the race with tires that you qualified with, and you'd be like one of the people doing burnouts at the end of your qualifying run. I've always thought about that. I'm like, man, that would suck. Because sometimes I'll in qualifying have like 20% left on my rear tires just screwing around. Well, we got 2 cautions so far. Hopefully they got all their oops out of the way as we try to keep this race green to the end. And that really shook up a lot of people in this race, because it moved a lot of people back that were up front. Bob Gallagher, he's back in 11th now. It's going to put the 91 all the way back in 19th, and the double zeros in 20th. So keep an eye on that double zero. He was fast in practice and fast in qualifying. He was able to make his way through the field and still have tires left to fight for a decent placement if this stays green. You have them all on YouTube saying the old man up to 8th. So, Jesse, you have quite a bit of experience in these Arca cars, as I do. In your opinion, when it came to Mdot, what was the toughest track you raced on in these cars?
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to say the Daytona Road Course, my first season.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of road courses at all, but I've got to say the probably the toughest track for me, either, and not just because we're here, but Atlanta or Watkins Glen.
I don't think I've raced Watkins Glen or Arca car yet, but I'll say one thing about Atlanta. If the tire wear wasn't so horrible, I think Atlanta might be one of my favorite tracks. But with the tire wear being so bad here, I'm really curious and kind of excited how it's going to handle with the new pavement they're putting in, and when iRacing updates. I'm kind of curious about it, as
Right.
I forgot to mention, this will be the last race in Mdot we run on this pavement. So hopefully we see Atlanta back on the schedule when it's repaved and rescanned and stuff like that, because I'm really curious how these cars will handle on a different paved track here in Atlanta. Maybe it might make the tire wear worse. Maybe it might make it better. Should be interesting. But we're getting ready to go green here once again with Rob Nickel still leading the field.
Bobby Pasternak still up front too.
And I think
Green flag,
this
green
is the
flag.
first lap he's led all season that the green flag flies, as Rob Nickel actually gets a pretty good start on that restart there on those older tires.
Looking a little loose now.
Looking a little loose, and ooh, the 99 almost gets bumped there by the 95. I believe the 95 check up. They're 3 wide out of turn 2 there. Dusty Applin to the outside.
Bobby Pasternak just checked out on him and said, "Adios, amigos."
Yeah, he said, I'm out of here. But he ain't quite in the clear yet.
No, he's not.
As you got that number 8 machine right on his tail.
Yes, sir.
Also, another thing to point out here, with when you're going through this tri-oval, it is very tricky, especially on old tires. On old tires, you almost got to let off the gas. You cannot go through there wide open. Your car cuts loose really easily in that tri-oval.
Yep.
We got some
We
action back here
Yeah.
with Jarrett Marlin in that McDonald's machine. I'm not quite sure who's in it. It's going to be the number 5 of Chase Harden. Having a decent race tonight. Currently sitting in 6th place. He's kind of struggled the last couple of weeks, but he's up there. He has the fan base that pops up on here every now and again. Kind of interested to see where they're at tonight. With Jarrett Marlin, he's assumed a 7th place position. But man,
Guys are starting to kind of file out now.
yeah, I see some people battling back there. The 8 and the 99, they're starting to battle out for 2nd place. At what point in this race do you think you're going to start seeing people use the bumper in the middle of the turns to try to get people loose and lose their momentum so they can complete the pass on them?
Now.
Yeah.
I think we see it now. I think we're gonna. Anytime guys are gonna do whatever they can, because like we alluded to before the race, Isaac.
Oh, the 99's into the wall and the 8's spinning around.
Eighth round.
No caution is going to come out. They're off the racing surface. I don't see one coming out. Kind of curious to see what happened there.
We're gonna stay green.
I was watching the 23 battle it out, and I saw the 99 spin across the top of my screen as we're 3 wide almost going through the tri-oval with the Brandon Robinson, Michael Warman, and Josh Grosso. As James Ray, he's made his way up in 12th place already, making his way through this field.
I'm gonna go back and see what happened to Dusty.
At the 99, he's down on the apron there. I'm wondering if he got the good old meatball on his screen right now.
Yep, he does. He does have the meatball. And the number 8 just got loose and got into the 99 and spun himself.
I think the 99 got the worst of the situation there. He's having to pit. The 8's still on track, about a half a lap behind these guys. The 00 got a little loose coming off of turn 2 there. Wow.
Something happened there when the 8 got into the 99.
This 00 has a task in front of him. He has a whole bunch of cars all under a blanket in front of him. He's going to put it 3 wide going into turn 1. He's got to run it 3 wide. A little too much if you ask me here. Ooh, the 20. Ooh. I mean, the 113 almost made contact with the 00. James Ray back up into 10th place. We got a car up in the wall with the 23 of Josh Grosso. Go back and see what happened there with him. His car just cut on him.
Josh Grosso has not had any good luck tonight at all.
I'm almost wondering if the 23 just had a tire go flat because his car shot straight up into the turn. That was so weird to watch.
We got some action down there on the back stretch.
As Garrett Marlin moved his way up into 3rd place with all this mayhem going on track right now, working his way on the inside of the 95 of Kobe Sutphin. We take a look at some last lap times here as Jarrett Marlin ran 3/10 quicker than the leader and a 10th quicker than the rest of the field. Kobe Sutphin was the only guy closest to him time-wise that last time by.
Yeah, Jarrett Marlin is moving. There's no doubt about that.
Do you think he might be moving too fast, though?
No.
No. The 85 and the 23, they have came to pit lane.
Because the line that he's running the high line.
Got a good battle back here brewing between Cody Coburn and Chase Harden. James Ray still making his way through the field. He's up to 7th place now. I tell you what, if this 00 can make his way back up to the front and if we have a caution, he might be the car to beat tonight. There's some good racing here in Atlanta, though.
Always. That's why we call it Hotlanta.
Not to talk, because trap temp's hot. No, it's hot because tempers are pretty hot here. Speaking of tempers, what are you hearing on the race comms there?
Nothing that I can repeat, Isaac.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, which drivers are mad at which drivers?
The 99 is not happy with the 8. And that's really all I've heard right so far.
We got some fans in the YouTube section. You got Carlos Good saying, "Let's go, James Ray," and you got some Harden fans in here as well. Yes, James was in a wreck on the restart from the first caution. So he's been making his way back through the field. He restarted 20th, and he's moved his way up to 6th place. We're getting to the point now where I guarantee all these drivers are feeling the effects of the tires being worn out. As you see 2 or 3 drivers get loose coming off of turn 2.
Yep.
As James Ray has made his way around the number 5 for 5th place.
These guys are trying like hell to make it stick right now. And I'm even seeing them, like you said, pedaling it through the tri-oval, Isaac.
And we'll go ahead and take a lap or so around with the 29 machine. Woo! He is getting loose off those turns.
You know what they say, loose is fast.
Yeah, sometimes. But for the most part, with this run that they put together, Bobby Plastic, he is actually fairly stable coming out of the turns. He's not getting too loose and cooking that right rear too much. I believe James Ray has made his way around the 33 machine of Cody Coburn. As I say that, Cody's looking for a crossover off the turn there.
And it looks like he might get it.
He has that low line there.
He's going to hold him.
He was going to try to, but that middle line has such a great runoff here at Atlanta.
It does. And that's where you're going to save your tires, too.
We got, I believe I saw the 97 battling it out with the 5 for a bit, but they kind of single-filed it out for the most part right now. These guys are on about a 20-lap green flag run almost. With Rob Nickel, the guy who stayed out on those tires, he has fallen all the way back to 10th place, and he's about to lose that to Grandpa Giberson here. I don't know. I think the 6 of Rob Nickel might be regretting staying out right now. I don't think he planned on this being a long green flag run.
He's holding on to that high line the best that he can.
Yeah, he's doing a great job keeping that car going straight with these older tires he has. But in the meantime, Bobby...
I think he's praying for a yellow flag right now.
You know he is.
Praying for that caution.
I tell you one guy that is not wanting a caution right now. That's Bobby Plastic up almost. He's had like a 2-second lead over the whole field, and he is on that team that Skylar Carnes is on, trying to keep that top 2 streak going. And currently he's in that first place position.
And that's how many races? The past 5?
Past 5 races. One of their teammates has gotten second place or better. They had a 1-2 finish streak going for I think 3 or 4 races. They have been the team to beat here lately.
Car in the wall.
I saw Chase Harden had gotten into the wall a little bit coming off of 2, but that was off of 2 though. Everyone single filed it out. And if we have a caution, it's for sure going to be a car getting loose. But with Atlanta being so wide, we saw it with the 8. If you get off this racing surface, we won't see a caution. So
that was the 32 of Michael Gilbertson getting into the wall up there earlier. That's going to slow him down and hurt him, probably take him out of contention.
That's the one thing about this track here at Atlanta is you need that arrow. As the 97 of Brandon Robinson has closed the gap to the 33 of Cody Coburn. And he's working on trying to get himself into the 6th place position. Wow, these guys are getting loose off of turn 2. It's interesting to watch these guys chase their car down the track off of turn 2. As Brandon Robinson is able to complete the passes, we are halfway through this race. Still a lot of racing to go. And I know they're good on fuel, but do you pit? I mean, you kind of got to pit for tires here. There's no way you're going 60 laps on tires.
No way. No way, Jose. As the number 82 just goes down pit road. Number 95 of Kobe Stuffin, he is just plugging away trying to catch Bob. Let's see if he can. Because he's starting to pull away from that pack.
Yeah, I've been watching the gap between these leaders, and it's really not moved too much. He did gain a tenth or so. As Jarrett Marlin, he's fallen back quite a bit, so I know he's feeling the effects of the tires. The 00, James Ray's moved his way up into third place. We take a look at some last lap times here. As it looks like Kobe Suffin was actually the fastest car on track that last lap.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he is plugging away.
He wasn't the fastest by much, only 4/100ths of a second. At that time by, him and the leader had the same exact lap time. With Brandon Robinson only 1/100th quicker, pulling away to the fastest lap. Not really seeing any battle brewing. I know I'm seeing the 44 Bob Gallagher. He's battling out with the 6 of Rob Nickel, trying to get himself into the top 10 finish here. Kind of surprised they're able to keep it. Have this much of a green flag run on a track like this. This is not an easy track to drive on at all.
Yeah. Well, when you're this spread out, Isaac, I mean, now everybody, it's a chess match. It's not so much caveman pedal to the floor anymore. Now guys are pedaling it. They're trying to. Oh, the number 32 going underneath the 44, Bob Gallagher. He's gonna get the pass. Looks like that little stripe didn't hurt him.
I mean, you've heard cases of bumps and bruises on your car helping you out a little bit, helping your aero out. So,
yeah.
As I know from experience, these guys are driving a very, very loose race car, and it's to the point now in this long run, it's almost not fun. It's frustrating when you can't get on the gas like you want to. Like
you can't do anything like you want to. You can't turn like you want to. You can't make it stick like you want to. You can't run the line that you want to. That's hot Atlanta for you. I'm interested to see who's going to bring it in for tires first.
I don't know if anyone is. I mean, I don't know if these guys realize you got to pit for tires here.
Well, if they don't realize it, somebody's going to realize it the hard way soon.
That's something I'm waiting to see.
Magical number 3.
I have not personally experienced a tire blowing out in iRacing. Sometimes I purposely try to do it because I kind of want to see what it feels like. But I haven't had that experience yet, and I haven't really seen it happen. I thought it happened to 23, but he might have had something else happen there. Oh, I'm kind of interested in what it would look like and feel like if a tire blew out on you here. Nick Cole, someone from Rob Nichols' fan club says competition caution. We come to 25 to go here. Still a lot of racing left.
I would not argue with the competition caution.
Some stage racing cautions.
9 has checked out of the field. As the 7 car announced that he's going to be pitting.
So Jarrett
Marlin
gonna be coming to pit row for tires. Who's gonna? Now the question is, who's gonna follow him? If anyone, or if everyone else gonna gamble on their tires? Because it's a gambling game at this point. And Jarrett, he's a veteran of iRacing. He knows that I cannot make it 50 laps on tires. There is no way I am making it that long. So not Gavin. There it is. Jarrett to pit road. As I believe the 11 came down as well. But I think he's some positions down. The 29, he's going to pass the pit road this time.
Yep, he's going to stay out. The 11's going to come in. Or the 11's coming out, I should say. Man, the 95 just got really loose back there. I wonder when he's going to bring it in, but he's running second right now. I don't think he wants to. He's waiting on Bobby to.
I tell you what, if these guys start pitting, I think Jarrett might have pitted at the right time. But I think everyone else here they're playing a gambling game. They're putting all their chips in one basket and hoping their tires don't blow.
I don't think we're going to see any blown tires. I just think we're going to see some real worn tires here. Gosh, they're just getting so loose coming out of 2.
Kind of curious if we have a little insider for Jarrett letting us know what his tires were. Jarrett's going to have to come back to pit road. I believe Jarrett got a speeding penalty.
Oh, man, that hurts. That's going to hurt him big time.
Dang, that's a tough break for the number 7 machine. Bobby Pulaski, he's caught his way up to the number 8 machine of Dusty Applin. He has a lot of right front damage from that contact with a 99 earlier. Kind of curious if he's going to hold the leader up here, if he's just going to let him by. If you're the 8, what do? You let the leader by, or do you fight to stay on the lead lap and pray for a caution?
If it's me, I let him by, but I'm not out there tonight. So, well, it'll be interesting. It looks like he's just going to let him on right on by.
I don't know if he chose to let him by, or if he's just been running that high line. As Kobe Suffin, he has that 00 breathing down on his neck right now.
That he does, because Kobe has been getting really, really loose coming out of 2. I don't think he's got the tires. I don't think anybody has the tires that they want besides, well, I would say Jarrett, but he's serving a penalty right now.
I believe he's back out on track now. Yeah, he's back out on track now. So you might be right, Jesse. We might finish this with 3 cautions or less. You think they're coming down to 18 to go this time by? Or do we have the number 36 of Ryan Simone? He's coming to pit road. Oh, he nails that cone. I'm pretty sure that's a penalty there, little Simone. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're speeding.
00 is really, really giving Kobe Sutphin a run for his money.
Yeah, the 00's running what we like to call the Larson line right now. He is hugging that wall around the turns. Well, at least 1 and 2, that is. He is trying to find anywhere he can on track to get around this 95. And this 95 is making his car very wide right now.
He's making it wide, and that's what's been hurting him, Isaac. That's just what's been making his tires fall off. And it looks like he's going to get the pass.
They're still too wide coming out of turn 2. The dangerous spot for James Reyes. Kobe's been getting loose out of 2. Ooh, that could have been bad.
Man.
And people might ask, what do you mean by they're making their car wide? That's a terminology we use in racing to where your car is wider than what it seems to people behind you because you use up so much of the track to try to hold off someone trying to pass you. Also, what we like to call them, we like saying that they're being a Ryan Newman.
But in turn, Isaac, what that does is that just eats your tires up even faster and makes them fall off even faster.
Yeah, and in a place like this, that is true. Ooh, Dusty getting really loose. That was almost bad news for the 00 James Ray.
I don't think he expected the party to come flying by him so fast.
That was almost race-ending incident there for the 00. You got to put on a pretty good show right here for the last couple laps or so. With the 00 tags the wall.
Yeah, he was in it hard, and that's gonna hurt him.
And this is one of the tracks when you get in the wall, your car does not want to come off. It just glues to the wall.
Yeah.
Look like we got a battle back here between Blake Bingham and Cody Coburn.
Check out my boy Blake Bingham.
Currently running in the 6th place position. One of his better races so far if he finishes where he's at.
I'll tell you, he has not changed that paint scheme for years, Isaac. He has been running the Wonder Bread car forever. As long as I've been racing with him. I am telling you.
Gavin Marlin on YouTube says speeding party. Meantime, this number 29 machine of Bobby Plastic, he is driven away from the field. Currently with a 4-second lead. Ooh, the 44 Bob Gallagher gets a little loose in the middle of the backstretch. There's something I talked about pre-race. He's down on the apron. I believe he's going to be pitting this time. Bobby Plastic still trying to keep the RSR top 2 streak alive with 12 to go. And with a 4-second lead, unless a caution comes out, there's no way Kobe's going to catch him.
Do you think Bobby pits for tire? Anybody up front pits? Bobby pits for tires?
I don't know. I mean, we currently only have 10 people on the lead lap as the 33 of... I don't know if that's my SDK being weird. It's saying he's a lap down. No, he's in 7th place. Sometimes I gotta click on the stuff for it to work properly. But a 0-0 of James Wright. He is under fire from the 113 of Eric Warman now. From tagging that wall earlier. And I can definitely tell you, his car is not handling too well right now.
Now it is crunch time with 10 to go. It's time to watch some battles.
Jared Marlowe just messaged me on Facebook and said, I suck with the laugh face. Yeah, buddy, well, you've also not raced in about, I don't know, 4 months, so. But that's why you let your kiddo do all the racing.
Ryan Simone's got some traffic in front of him, but he's looking to try and get around the number 6 of Rob Nickel.
Rob Nickel stayed out, but he is still currently on the lead lap. Ryan Simone some laps down from a speeding penalty earlier. Rob Nickel, he didn't pit, but he's still in the top 10, currently looking at an 8th place finish with 10 to go.
Ryan Simone going to get around him and the 33 of Cody Coburn.
That's just fresh tires for you right there.
Yeah, he's driving away from everybody.
The 0-0 finally lost his battle to Eric Warman in that 113 machine. He falls back to 4th place. You got the 97. He's under fire from the 44 of Bob Gallagher. Bob Gallagher's on fresh tires, and let's just show you the importance of tires here and how fast you are on fresh tires.
How about the 113 of Eric Warman?
Hey,
Second out of the 0-0.
He's currently sitting in 3rd place. The 0-0 tagged the wall and it's definitely hurt his race car since then. I know he's praying for a caution. He made his way all the way from 20th to 3rd. Made a small mistake and it might cost him a top 3 finish. It might even cost him a top 5 finish if he keeps falling back the way he's falling. But that also could be he might have wore out his stuff trying to catch back, make his way back up through the field. And so he's probably really feeling the effects of that now. We have 7 to go here. Currently on almost a 50-lap run. I think they went back green at lap 11. So in a couple laps here, we'll have a 50-lap run. And this is already the longest green flag run we have had here in Arca. So some high hopes going into National Fairgrounds next week. It's showing Blake Bingham. I hate when it does that. It shows them a lap down when they're not. Man, Bobby Plastic, he's checked out from this field.
He is totally comfortable in his race car right now and the tires that he's on. And that is an art.
I'm almost curious if Eric has anything for a 2nd place finish. He's been kind of closing that gap to Kobe. Running about 4/10 quicker than Kobe right now. So if he keeps running these laps, he's going to be able to chase Kobe down. As he's right there. He's basically on his back end.
He's starting to sniff it. And, oh, who's that getting loose behind him?
I believe that was... I can't remember who's running a pink car. I remembered it earlier.
Thomas Stanley.
There we go.
Didn't lose, and he is. He's down on power or something.
As Eric Warman, he's he's really going to give a 95 run for his money here. 4 to go. 2/10 quicker than that last time by, but they have the 91 in front of them. And just a little bit of history for you, man. That 91, he might have some feelings left over from last week, so this should play out very interesting here. As that 91 is definitely blocking the 95. Ooh, boy.
Look at the 95. Oh, man, here we go.
Hey. What's up, Lance? That 113's moved to the inside. 3 to go.
He's going to try and get that second spot.
I don't think
he might get it.
He's going to get it. That 95, he doesn't have the tires left to battle the 113. 113 actually fairly easily completes the pass. As I say that, it's going to be 3 wide. Ooh, almost a little bit of contact there. Oh, there is contact there. 95 and 113 get into it. The 113 able to save it. Oh, the 113 still trying to gather together, coming off the turn. I tell you what, that 95 gets back around that 113. I think there might be a little payback.
Uh-oh, and he's on his bumper.
Oh, he's on his bumper again. Kobe something. Going pretty good, Lance. Kobe something. I think he tried to hit a home run and it just went foul right there. I mean, that 113 had an amazing save, though. But in the meantime, Mr. Bobby Pulaski, he's been coming into turn 3. Through 3 and 4, he's going to collect his first win of the season and keep that top 2 streak going for the RSR crew. What a great race that was by Bobby. Really dominant performance as Eric Warman. He's going to come away with his first top 3 finish this season.
What a big mover he was, too. Where did he started 20th?
No, Eric started P6. Your biggest mover is actually at 95 of Kobe Suffin, up 18 spots. He started 21st on the race.
Man.
We'll try to get a look at another point we get here in Mdot. The best lap time is going to go to the 95 as well with a 31:56 this race. So Kobe getting a couple bonus points. Didn't get the win, but he did get 2 bonus points for it. As man, what a race that was. Great clean racing, guys. That was probably the best race I've seen in Arca, period, between this season and any other season I've raced in. Man, I gotta wonder, does anyone have anything for this RSR crew? They have been dominating since they joined the league. I think back at Michigan, or the race after Michigan. I'll have to go back and check that.
Great green flag runs there, though.
And you're right. He called it at 3, and they had 2. I was not expecting that. That was pretty good. Definitely blew my mind. I was expecting a little bit more cautions. So Rob Nickel, who stayed out, he never pitted, ended up coming away P7. Another little name to call, Blake Bingham. I think that's his best finish of the year, finishing in 6th place. Cody Coburn having a nice race, coming in P8. I'll look at some other names. A tough break for Dusty. Definitely a tough break for the 99 as well.
Definitely a tough break for the 99. Tough break for Jarrett Marlin as well with the penalty. That hurt him. I think that's what took him out of contention. Had he not had that penalty, I think we might be telling a little different story.
Yeah, it's true. I think had he not had that penalty, I don't know, because he pitted. So interesting that he pitted there. But we're gonna go ahead and bring in our 2nd place finisher, Eric Warman, and talk to him. What's going on, Eric?
Not much. How are you?
Hey, man, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is your first top 5 finish of the season.
You might be right. I'm not 100% sure. I know I've been in the top 10 except for one.
Trying to find your name on here. Yeah, this is your first top 5 of the week. Yeah, there it is. The season, man. I got to give it to you. I can tell you did some tire saving there. And I also got to give it to you. You had one heck of a save when the 95 got in the back of you in the turn there. What was going through your head when that happened?
Oh, I'm thinking, man, there goes my race, to be honest with you. I was pretty scared there for a second.
It looked like it. It looked like it, but you collected it in like a champ, and but it wasn't over after that.
No, we still have one lap to go, and boy, I was just praying to hold on to it, to be honest with you.
I got to ask, man. Had the 95 been able to get around you, would we have seen some payback?
No, I try to run everybody clean the way I want to be raced. That's kind of one thing I preach about when I'm doing any sort of racing on any online. So,
Gotcha, man. So, another thing I gotta ask you is, when we loaded into Atlanta, or when you saw it on the schedule, did you expect to have a 50-lap green flag run to end the race?
I was hoping for it to be a green flag run because I set my cars up more for long runs. I'm not really a short run guy. So, just honestly feel blessed to be up here in the top 2. And boy, that was a hard fight there with that. Was it 95?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
95.
95.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the P2, and I think going back when we said the long run, I'm thinking that's why we probably haven't seen you up here before because we haven't. I don't think we've had a long run yet this season. I know we had green flag pit stops at Indy. No, where did we have green flag pit stops at? Vegas.
It was Martinsville.
Vegas. It was Vegas. So we had green flag pit stops, and I think had they gotten the gas right tonight, there would have been more. I think y'all got lucky that they got the gas at 100%. Actually, I gotta ask you, man. Do you think the gas being 100% changed the outcome of this race?
Oh, maybe a little bit. I knew that we could go 62 laps on fuel, so regardless, we would have had to pit no matter what for at least a few laps.
Another thing I gotta ask you, don't mind me asking, what was your tire percentage at the end of that race?
I didn't even pay attention.
Oh.
Like 30% or so.
You left it. All right, man. Well, congrats on the P2, dude. Pretty cool seeing you up in the top 5. Look forward to seeing you all have some green flag running next week at Nashville Fairgrounds, but we all know how short track racing goes.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, thank you guys. Definitely got to give a shout out to Grumpy Gramps, EWR, and Facebook.
Oh, so the 91's your teammate, right?
Yeah, 91 is my teammate, along with the 32.
All right, so now I gotta ask if I didn't know that. Was him holding up the 95 trying to help you out, or was that a little bit of payback from last week?
I think that was a little bit of payback from last week.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, man. Look forward to hopefully seeing you up here. I thought this should really help out your standings in the points that's coming into this race. You were sitting, I think you're sitting below the cut line. Nope, you're sitting at 15th, just above the cut line. So this will definitely help you out there a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that, to be honest with you.
All right, man. Later.
Congratulations.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, next we're bringing the number 95 of Kobe Sutphin. Good top 3 finish, and let's get his side of the story that happened there on 2 laps ago. What's going on, Kobe?
How's it going?
Man, what a great race that was for me, man. I could tell your tires were done for.
Oh, yeah. 23% on the right front.
Oh my
That's great.
God. I didn't know it was that
I
bad.
think it was 12 laps left, and my spotter comes up saying, your tire's getting a little worn out. I was like, oh, maybe I should pit.
No.
Then I was like, nah, it's too much.
All right, man. So I gotta ask you. I gotta hear your side of the story, man. Two to go. I believe it was in 1 and 2. What was going on there? Did you just not realize the run you got, or what?
If you're talking about the 3 wide thing,
No.
Michael was on the outside, and
No,
what's his name was in front of me.
With the 113.
Yeah, when I hit the 113 in the rear.
Yeah.
Got it.
And the 32 was on the outside.
Yeah.
Or 36, whatever it was. I don't know. I knew I had a run, but with him on the outside, it just kind of screwed it for me to get back in next to the 113. I was gonna go high around him, but then I couldn't because obviously Michael was there, so I couldn't just go up. I had to just stay where I was and hope for the best. And I thought he was gonna go low, and he didn't. So I ended up hitting him, and once I hit him, I was just like, I'm glad he saved it because I'm just gonna give it to him. There's no reason for me to fight him right now after doing that. That would make me look like a complete. So
Yeah, man, that was definitely an entertaining battle to watch there, and I already gave the 113 props, but way to keep it going there, because that could have ended really badly there. That could have changed the complexion of the race, but luckily the 113 saved it, and you were able to kind of get it off the wall pretty safely there, not cause a caution. What I gotta ask you, what do you think you could have done differently there? Because you were chasing down Bobby for a bit. Do you think you might have wore your stuff out trying to chase him down? That's what cost you a second place finish.
I already knew Bobby was gone. I didn't even bother, honestly. I was just holding my spot and trying to save tires a little bit just to make it through the race, especially once I heard that worn out tire thing. I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill here.
Man, it looked like you were plugging away at him, and especially with how you were the fastest mover tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I was impressed with your driving tonight, Kobe.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Congrats on I almost said P2. You're running P2 most of that race. Congrats on the P3. Look forward to seeing what you guys can do going into the National Fairgrounds, because I tell you what, I was not expecting a 50-lap green flag run here tonight. I was expecting at least 5 cautions. Jesse caught it at 3, and I'm like, there's no way they're getting under 3, and he got finished with just 2 cautions, so.
I was surprised there wasn't more. We had the wreck right in front of me with Kyle and Dusty.
It's because it was off track.
Oh, because it went down. And then there was another one from my teammate, Joshua, got into a wreck. I don't know what happened. I got to go back and look at it, but something happened there. So that should have been 2 cautions right there. I know they're off track, but still, it kind of takes out 3 top 5 drivers. So
Yeah, it was a definitely interesting race. Fun to watch. It was cool to watch y'all have that green flag run. I mentioned if I pulled anybody up, I raced 2 Arca seasons myself. This is the 3rd one I've been a part of Mdot for. That's the longest green flag run I can remember seeing, period. So, kind of looking forward to what y'all can do. I can't really say National Fairgrounds, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have quite a bit of caution there. But I'm really curious how National Super Speedway is going to go. And this provided a lot of hope that I can be a really long, good green flag, clean race and run.
yeah, I don't think the fairgrounds is going to be a good race. I think we're going to be big time cautions. Or we might have one good green flag run, but
especially how the
laps at best.
Yeah, especially how the exits of the turns are. Those are some tough turns.
Right.
All right, man. Congrats on the P2. Looking forward to possibly seeing you up here in the future.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.
Congrats.
All right. Oops, drag him. So just a little insight. So James Ray, he had commented on YouTube. His right front was at 12%.
Holy smokes.
Oh. We almost saw a blowout. But how did he even turn his car? I don't know.
How did he even make it around the track? I don't know.
And then just a little bit of a kicker. Gavin had privately messaged me. He's saying, I'm never letting him race again, embarrassing my name like that. But we'll go ahead and pull up our almost said leader, our winner here tonight, Bobby Plastic. What's going on, Bobby?
Hello.
You're Skylar Carnes' teammate, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought you raced for them. I thought you raced with Skylar Carnes and Johnny Brugg.
I'm kind of on whatever team.
Okay, well they don't keep the streak going. But man, way to really dominate this race. One thing I asked Kobe and Eric is, did you expect a 50-lap green flag run when you loaded in tonight?
Well, to be honest with you, my first race was at Michigan, and I ran top 5, and I finished I think 3rd or 2nd or 3rd, and I was like, man, like these guys are good, like they know what they're doing, and it was weird because I do a lot of official races, I enjoy them obviously, so I do them a lot. And I was like, none of these names look familiar. Like they just, because you run into the same people. I don't know how often you do official races, but you
All
run
the
into the
time.
same people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have like your regular,
I have the
I'm
people. I know when I load in. Okay, they're gonna cause
yeah,
caution. Or I have the people.
Batman, like,
Hey, I
yeah,
know I can race around them, and we can race clean and hard, too wide the whole race if need be.
yeah, and luckily, like I've been really working hard to get mine up, and I get to a race with really good people, and it makes sense why I don't see a lot of these people anymore, to be honest with you, especially in the official races, because it's hard for them to surpass 2,000 I rating.
Well,
And
yeah.
they're given
Well, when you have
1,500.
IR at 4,200, holy cow.
Yeah, but I'm not even like trying to talk bad. I'm just like it makes sense now,
But yeah, dude, you put on a dominating performance there. I did not expect y'all to have a 50 lap green flag run. I told Kobe I don't want to talk bad. I do not have hopes for next week. Xfinity in here. It's a very, very tricky short track. I don't know if you've ran it yet. If you haven't, exits of the turns are really tight. It's really weird. But it gives me hope going into Nashville Super Speedway. Because I'm really looking forward to that track, both to race and broadcast. It's a fun track, and if you can keep it clean, it creates some really exciting late green flag racing.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of my favorite tracks on the whole service, to be honest with you, especially with super late models. There's like the illest bump coming out of two that you just like in the middle of one and you come out
Yep.
of two and you gotta just like I mean, yeah, if you know type thing, you've hit that wall a couple times. And
More than a
really
couple.
like yeah. So you got the whole. But really like to give you hope, here's I had hope after Michigan, and then we went to Martinsville and I got the pole and I was pretty quick there. And every restart a certain driver just kept running into me and I said, "Yo, please chill with that." And then they talked crazy into the private chat. Then Las Vegas, I was in second on the outside there and Dale Jr. there thought he was something he's not. And then last week, Kobe with his Mamba mentality, struck me into turn one, the very first lap, and then absolutely destroyed a great finish, which would have been great for y'all to do. So luckily this week there was no nonsense up front, other than like, my friend James getting taken out. But it's kind of so to give you hope about next week, you know, you know. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say is, you might as well just,
Yeah.
whatever happens after the second caution, that's how it's gonna finish. So
Yeah, I will say this.
that's what it's for.
Something I forgot to mention there, Brockets. You have been fast all season. Like you said, your first race was Michigan, and you've been a contender to be top 5 every race, and this stuff's happened here and there. So I know to finally get this win and get that ticket into the playoffs got to feel so, so sweet.
It feels good. You know what I mean? Like it's a cool feeling to know that after getting absolutely annihilated every single week over just not even like stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just nonsense racing is like, so it's a great feeling. And my goal was to move up to trucks I like Xfinity cars. Like I think I could actually be fast in Xfinity, and compete there. And it's hard, man. Like you got people like James and people like Skyler and the 19 car who are great, but they don't want to deal with the nonsense. So, like
I
you
will
take
say
what you
this.
can get, but
Yeah, I'll say if you're looking for a truck, if you're looking for trucks, I'll chit chat with you later. I got some spots open.
send me the message. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to make 80% because I signed up with the impression that was gonna be 50%. So I mean, I guess the league likes to change stuff in the middle of everything. We're doing 100% fuel, which I agree with for the record.
That was a
Somebody's
miss.
gonna go 50%.
That was a oops.
Yeah, so was the no green white checkers in Martinsville, but it's a cool little thing every week. You got something different, whether it be just BS racing or the settings are different. I'm
So
not trying to violate
so
the
you're
league here,
saying
but
you're saying you like the admins making oops and forgetting to do something.
I'm
It
not
creates
gonna lie. Like,
excitement.
really, the only oops I want the next oops to be is for the rest of the season. Y'all call the cautions. It's really what y'all should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's cautions within 5 laps, it is what it is. You got 2 resets. Make it happen. So I'm not trying to talk bad about y'all league. You put effort into it, you put time into it, but the product is just, you guys deserve way better. And I'm trying to, I shouldn't say it like that. I'm trying to do my best here, and
No,
mm,
I feel you.
did
I
great.
mean,
You did great.
this league actually is still fairly new. I think they've only been around like a little over a year now. But I will say this, man. With how fast you are, I think between you and some other people have been up there up front, it's gonna make for a really, really, really interesting playoff run for y'all. I'm really looking forward to it here in 3 weeks now. So it should be interesting. But
I'm
congrats.
excited, man. I hope that we can. This is a little peek into the future, but I will hold that hope until 2 weeks go by, and we'll see what happens. So
Yeah. All right, man. Well, congrats on the win, and definitely look forward to hopefully seeing you back up in the at least the podium finishers as you've been fast all season long, and look forward to what y'all can do. I'll say in 2 weeks because I do not have hope for next week, but in 2 weeks at National Super Speedway, man. Catch you
wait, where
later.
are you gonna be next week? Were you not gonna be here?
No, I'm gonna be here. I just don't have. I don't want to talk bad about y'all, but I'm just saying this across.
Oh, the Mamba mentality. I see what you're saying. I might get
across
taken out in the third turn on the first lap again.
Well,
I see y'all.
it's not
Okay.
just that. It's just Nashville Fairgrounds is a very very technical and tricky short track. So it could be
Just
better
say it,
than
Isaac.
Martinsville.
You
It
can
could be
say it.
worse.
It's okay.
It's gonna be a caution fest.
America.
It's
Exactly. This is America, damn it. You know?
All right, man. We'll catch you later.
All right, y'all. Stay safe.
All right. So we got a little carried away there talking, but before I head off of here, what happened there? I don't know what happened. Before I get off of here, do not forget, tomorrow night we will be live, or not we will be, AAA will be live for the start of the playoffs in our Cup Series at Chicagoland. And then next week, like you heard me talking, Xfinity and Arca will be at Nashville Fairgrounds. A very technical short track. It's different. It's a really loose entry and a really tight exit. Something you don't feel a lot on short tracks. So we'll catch y'all